different Kickstarter tabletop game project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Give my honest thoughts on how that project is being ran. And today, I'm excited. I got a Fiverr order. There's a link down below if you're ever interested, where someone said, hey, I want you to check out my Kickstarter. It's live right now. It is for Shardbug's trading card game, The Beginning. This one is currently the 97th most popular project on games. I believe yesterday when I was counting, it was like the 60th. So this one has fallen in popularity. I think it just launched a couple days ago. Looking at the main image, love the colors. They pop. I will say it almost feels like it blends into the background a little bit. I'm trying to make out what I really want to see information-wise. 25 to 40-minute playtime. I'd make that a smidge bit bigger. It's kind of hard to read at this. And then 2 to 4 players. Yeah, I'd totally make those a smidge bit bigger, especially with a trading card game. A lot of the times, I just in my brain naturally assume it starts at 2 players, and then, hey, maybe it goes more, or maybe it goes 2 and 4. So I would totally make that a little bit bigger, ready to ship as soon as campaign is completed. Now, this is an interesting technique that I'm really excited to talk about right here, because a lot of the time, people don't like feeling like they're just purchasing, a pre-order pretty much. Like, there's a lot of people like, that's not what Kickstarter's for, whereas this one's owning it. It's like, yeah, we're shipping this as soon as this is done. And you see this from time to time. I personally don't feel like it's a bad idea. Anytime you have an exciting thing to announce, I think you should do it earlier. So I do like the fact it says ready to ship as soon as the campaign is completed, especially in a world on Kickstarter where it could take years to get your games. It's nice to know, oh, this one will be here for the summer. I do think that I don't particularly like all the pink in the background. It makes this kind of blend in a little bit. I don't know. It makes everything blend in. But look at the description. Shardbugs is a trading card game with a comic book aesthetic where bug armies battle for domination. We are proudly printed by WJPC. I don't know what that is. If you have more space, I'd put that. I'm assuming that that's some sort of card company that I should know about that is like awesome. You've wet my whistle. I'm interested now. All right, as always with the video, I'm thinking 3 things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? That's what you need to convince Kickstarter backers. Now, this one is a trading card game, which means we're coming at this from completely different eyes. Because, unfortunately, with trading card games, we can't just look at them as the game. And as if you were trying to sell them to just gamers. Because that's just childish to do that. Trading card games are their own separate thing, and they are investments for a lot of people. Right? So this is the culmination, potentially, for a lot of people of saying, oh, I've been following this for a while, and now we're launched, and we're hoping that this is going to... I don't know if that's going to be the case here, but it's something I always want to keep in the back of my mind. Ages 13 plus. I could not read that from the outside. If it's important, make it bigger. 148.
Welcome to the Great Bug War.
Theme.
Now, choose a cosmic avatar to align yourself with. Will you follow Luna, the goddess of knowledge?
See, I'm not a fan of this. We're just straight theme, and we don't need to be straight theme, right? Like, look at all this wasted space up here. I'd love to see what the card, what makes Luna different, what makes Luna unique, what's her special ability? Does she have more health? What's, like, I'd love to see more about Luna than just, hey, here she is.
Tranquility and
because
enlightenment.
I know we're leaning into the art. Like, it's the comic book style. I get it. I appreciate it, but do both, right? We got tons of space here.
Or maybe Mars, the god of destruction, who craves power and domination. Or perhaps
this is like, this feels very boring. Like, this is just, hey, here's a brief synopsis about our main characters, and it's like, okay, he craves power, and like, what does that mean? What's he trying to do? Is he stealing your cards? Is he destroying cards? Like, what? Like, I want to know thematically, gameplay wise, what's happening. We got 108 seconds to tell our story here, and right now we're 25. We're 25% of the way in, and I'm just like, okay. You're telling me, pretty much all you're telling me is what I'd see on the back of a box almost, like 4 different characters with, like, dig in.
The goddess of life, who yearns for growth and harmony.
What does that mean?
These cosmic avatars.
There we go. The bug does not exhaust when moving from field to the hive.
Evolved the mind.
I'm going to guess that means like your hand to your discard pile or something like that. But that's what I want to see. I want to see the text on these.
Creatures of this planet into intelligent and...
Okay. So I'm hoping that what we're showing is what we're talking about. So let's make sure we do it.
These cosmic avatars have evolved the mindless creatures of this planet into intelligent and powerful devotees. They're loyal bugs.
Okay, So I tapped him, and then I get these guys, the loyal bugs. Cool. I like the artwork. I like the theme. Like I do. I really think the theme is something to lean into here.
Now mine.
Like we see a lot of animals, but bugs fighting. Like I feel like this isn't a. It doesn't look like any other game that I've seen off the top of my head that I can think of, which is always a good thing.
From the
And I think they're crushing the comic book vibes, like the art, like the graphic design on this. I did something yesterday where the graphic design was just like, hurt my eyes. So it's like, ooh, I like the graphic design on this, even though I do feel like
magical shards that caused their very transformation. This rivalry between Alliance and Avatar is not won by a brute force, but rather by earning devotion from your followers. Put worker bugs into your
like so that clip right there, like that doesn't move the needle. I can't imagine for anybody.
Very transformation.
And it's 12 seconds, right? That's 10% of your video. That is more than that is like 11% of your video that is just like this.
This rivalry between Alliance and Avatar is not won
by
like,
oh, they got to fight for their leader. Yeah, I know. Let's just put this into perspective of a different game. Like any other game, like you have creatures under your power. Like I don't feel like this is like there's so much that we could be focusing on here that we're not.
By earning devotion.
I don't know what
from
it is.
Yes,
but
put worker bugs into your hive to generate dust, and play other bugs onto your field to defend the front line. Equip them with weapons and armor.
So that was good. I do like that we're showcasing a little bit of like what we're doing is corresponding there on the board. Would have liked to see in the cards and what they do a little bit more, but
play other bugs onto your field to defend the front line. Equip them with weapons and armor. Enchant your field with support cards and control your enemy's board with action cards. Finally, choose to have your bugs praise their avatar or lead them 13, into battle.
14, 15, 16. Yeah, there's so much in this video that is just like, here we go. Here, like people playing the game. Like I'd love to see like prototypes of like, oh, this has been in development since this. Like, oh, hey, here's a shot with people wearing mask playtesting. It's been around for a while. There's stuff like that. Here we go. Yeah. This is so much better. Okay, so you are once again you're showcasing to me that you are manufacturing. You're manufacturing this, and you're going to ship it out right after we're done. So you showcasing to me, oh, so here's the shots of it being manufactured. Here's like what it looks like what the stuff that you're going to get. Like, this is great. I would love way more of this sprinkled throughout because I'm going to guess that the next couple seconds are just going to be you flashing really good stuff as focusing instead on nothing but theme. Okay, good shot. Whoa. Like, that was less than a second. Cool. There's the box. Like, if I'm a store, like, that looks good. I can put that on my shelf. That looks nice. I want to open that. Like, but that was a second. A comic. Once again, this is most likely going to be a featured pledge that you're going to try and sell me. It helps expand the universe. If I like the art style, I like it. But why? It's a second. There's another one. These are literally 1 second a pop. It might be half second. Like, that's a great display shelf. Is that what I'm buying? That'd be nice to know. Okay, I get the comments. I bet that's a pledge level. And maybe it's showcased further on down, but this is a great opportunity to showcase it now instead of giving it a half second. Is that a hope? Did you go to hope? No, you went someplace else. Like, I have to pause just like, why is this the thing that's so fast? Like, the first minute 30 was the stuff where it's like, Jesus, speed this up. Show me more. Like, look at this. It's like, I feel like we're just focusing on all the wrong things at the beginning of that video. We're showcasing. And not everybody watches the video, obviously, but it's a great starting spot. So after the video, do I want it? Not really. I don't feel convinced. I want to know more. Like, I like the artwork, but unless I'm just, I don't know. I will say this, coming at this from the perspective of someone who just wants to invest in this, I feel comfortable that, yeah, like, it's going to come out, it's going to release, I'm going to get this. Like, that made me feel good, the last 15 to 20 seconds of it. But yeah, I feel like the first minute of that's just not the play at all. First created trading card games enthusiast for 25 plus years, owner of 6 successful businesses from Southwest Florida. So maybe lead with that. A personal touch would have been nice, you know? Been playing trading card games. That's actually what they did in the video yesterday. It was too long of a personal touch, but like, yeah, I played all these games. I love all these games, but it just wasn't the game that I wanted. And that feels like what you're trying to say here when you say trading card game enthusiast for 25 years. And instead of putting it over here where a lot of people aren't going to read it or go to it or care, mentioned it a little bit earlier, I think. Putting it right there, though, is good. Like, that makes it harder to miss. It's not like a couple of sentences down. And in fact, they got that exactly. That's a clever idea. I'm going to go third of a point grade bump up for that. I kind of like that. I want people to steal that. Fitting exactly the perfect amount of information in there so it doesn't get cut off, and then having like really useful information. All right, so we got 3 collaborators too. Shardbuck's a trading card game with a comic book aesthetic that takes place in the thing stuff. How do I play? Okay, what do I want here? I want the price. Click the How to Play book below to download our How to Play guide. So is that a rule booklet? Ooh, okay, this is a great start with. 9 minutes, fantastic. That's what we want to start with. Excellent. Oop, wrong one. What's this? Not. Where's my? I clicked on something. Where did I click? Learn to play Shardbug. Okay, we'll get there. What's in the box? The Bug Inning Booster Box. I'd make this text a little bigger. 24 packs with 10 cards in each pack. Each pack is guaranteed to contain 5 commons, 3 uncommons, 1 foil rare card. 28 packs in a box. Well, yeah, I feel like we could have talked a little bit about the pledge levels in there too. Like of all the stuff, like we just wasted so much time on theme and art and bugs, and it's like, let's get down to business a little bit. Like, oh yeah, by the way, we got pledge levels if you want to dip your toes in, if you want to just go a whole gung-ho, or if you got the store, or you're going for collecting, like whatever. And also a price here would be great too. Just set me up. The Bug Inning, 24 packs with 10 cards in each pack. Each pack is guaranteed to contain 5 stuff. 3 packs in a box will contain a 5. So this isn't helpful to me. Is this, do I need this? Oh, here we go. Component list within. 3 pre-constructed deck. 3 Bug Inning booster packs. So can I play this with 4 players? I guess that's my question. Oh, there's the road torch. It's excellent. Not beating around the bush, getting straight to the price. I'd get there even earlier potentially, but yeah. Prices do not include shipping rates. First edition production, pre-printed, ready to ship. I would just make all this text bigger. It's very tiny. At the end of the campaign, standard edition product printed to demand. Got it. The add-ons, $1. Cool. The Apocalypse, $45. I hate when people do this. Why not just put this chunk of information with this chunk of information? It just feels like, and I know it's because you want to go with the tile thing, but I don't know. It's just also, this means I can play 2 to 4 players, right? That's my question. If I'm spending $45, I think what you're saying is 3 pre-constructed, and then you have enough to construct a 4th one. I don't know. It doesn't feel like if I don't know enough about TCGs, and I imagine all TCGs are a little bit different, I don't feel like there's nearly enough information here. I would specify, hey, this will let you play 2 to 4 players, because sometimes that is the thing with TCGs where it's like, oh, this one will only get you 2 players. You got to get this one to get the other thing. So $100. So this is the first edition, and what is this? This is the Splat box, and this is the booster box. So what's the difference? Oh, this is oh, okay. So these are different component lists. Duh. They're different colors. Yeah, that's why you put, like, why have them, they just put them down there with the thing. So how many cards granted total is this? I think that would be great. So 3 pre-constructed deck, that tells me nothing, right? How many cards am I getting? Like, that looks nice. Like, those boxes look nice. You should have a nice, sexy picture. A long, sexy scrolling shot is what we call it. It's industry standard for a reason, because it helps move units of you zoomed in on, hey, here's what these boxes look like. Here's them opened up. Here's how many cards are in each of them. You know, like, that's stuff that should be just right here, right? Like, if I want to impulse buy, sure, $45. I love the artwork, love the blah, 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 blah. I want to support you, whatever. It's just, instead, I'm asking questions. I don't feel like I should have to, because I imagine they're probably easily answered questions. So this is the deluxe, pretty much. You call it the wormhole. That's a thing. I don't know why. It's just, you can call it the wormhole, but also call it give it a name that is clear. Like, that would be nice. Like, hey, this is the two. Like, don't get cute. Don't get cute with your theme here. This is the shopping section. This is where I want to do business, and I want to know what I'm going to pay. I want to know how many cards I'm going to get, and not just rares. You know, the Bug Inning booster box. So it's, you save $10. First edition zone playmat. Why not zoom in on this so I can see how it's actually functional and not just artwork? Because that's always nice. I hate the one, like, hate it when it's just nothing. So yeah, zoom in. Just everything zoom in. Zoom in on your text. And it's because you want to fit it into these. Oh, I don't feel like that's, yeah. I don't feel like it's a trade-off that's worth it. Let me know what you think in the comments about that. It's just more information here, zoomed in. Like, make these bigger. I think that would help make this just a more appealing shopping area. The blue butterfly. This is 3, 4 first zone, all applicable stretch goals, so you're just getting a lot more. The bug commander. Yeah, like right here. So this would be like guaranteed X number foil printed. Like, I think you should like, because here's the thing: normal people are not buying these. You remember I had that conversation at the beginning of how we have to look at this from 2 different perspectives. The people who want to invest money in this and make money because they're going to get cards or sell cards or do some random shenanigans, or I don't even know exactly enough about TCGs, but I know that's why we have these very odd pledge levels if you're from the board game world. So we're just ignoring these pretty much. But the people who would pay attention to these, I think it would be important to specify exactly how many of all the special stuff they're getting, because you mentioned it here very loosely. It's like, all right, it's just, and you didn't even spotlight any of these words. This feels like a great opportunity to be like, oh, foil, maybe that's like a gold word, like just, it makes me a little bit concerned about the rule booklet. I don't know. Okay, looking good. Hopefully, use our last page well. Oh, artwork, God! Let's put some useful information on the back, because that's going to be face up. Terminology, yeah, like anything. Okay, but the rule is there. The rule booklet is there. You can make an informed decision. And then we have the Hive. This is just a whole boatload of it. The Cosmic Avatar. Original painting of a Cosmic Avatar. First to back of this tier, we have priority in choosing which painting. And then you get a bunch of stuff. Okay. And then, oh, so this is, oh, so the only one that is, the only ones that are worth getting more than one are the huge ones. Like, and we don't even zoom in on stuff. Like, I don't know. So what are we getting here? Create your own card set for 2. Okay. What does that mean? You already told me that, right? First to back of this tier, priority in choosing which painting. No. I mean, that's not enough information for me to really be like, man, I want to splunk down $7,000. Unless, once again, this is for collectors, though. It's for collectors. I don't have to understand it. The game store. Proof of store required, so 3,322. That gets you that. That's nice. I would zoom in on this, too. That was nice. I remember I saw that in the video. I was like, whoa, that's nice. And then are you in local game store? Add-ons. Boxes. Okay. I'm very interested to see how these pledges go. I don't imagine that this is going to be the most popular. I don't think this was sold particularly well to gamers at all. You very loosely going over the theme. Just it's not going to play, I don't think. So yeah, 20. So and why is that limited? It's limited to 150. Oh, I know why. Because once again, they're shipping it as soon as they get done here. So that's one of those times where I can completely understand that. And honestly, a lot of the times when we don't know why, it's like, why is this limited? This is probably why, because they've already ordered it. The Beetle Formation, so 14. So yeah, gamers not in here. 34. It is the big spenders. 45. The Wormhole, 165 bucks. The Blue Butterfly, 35. 16. These are pretty varied. 4. 1 game store. I gotta feel like that's probably not the number they were hoping for there. Yeah. Yeah, I remember a friendly local game store, and I see a lot of trading card games. I don't feel like I was particularly convinced by what I saw here, right? If I had been invested in this, and I know a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, but just at first glance, I don't feel it. I'm like, I don't want to risk, my livelihood on this. Like, I just don't. I'm not seeing it because, like, let's see. So what's go on? The 3 backers, the Cosmic Avatar. So that's 21K. Yeah. So if we're talking just actual people buying the game, we got 20, 34, 70, 900. Yeah. So looks like less than 200. That's not great. And yeah, it's just, it doesn't look like a convincing, like it doesn't look fun because you haven't shown me the fun. You've shown me the business side of things. I see that. The Bug Eating Booster Case. Pre-order shipping in August. The T-shirt. Okay. Very generic. It is what it is, but it's like limited to 15 size. Okay, that's interesting. So they're limiting it. Okay. First edition battle mat. So this is a different battle mat than the one that I saw before. This was just straight up artwork. So is this? So now I'm a little bit confused. So is that the first edition? So what is this one? So what am I getting down here? First edition zoned playmat. Oh, zoned playmat. So that's what they call it. They call it the zoned playmat versus. Now look at that. I'm learning trading card game terms. Yes, this is a non. Yeah, I think it's a good call to have this as the add-on, and it's not the one in there. Very nice call. Stretch goals. So we've hit these. I put these up higher. Anytime you launch a Kickstarter, what's your goal? Your goal is to get funded. After you get funded, your goal is to hit stretch goals, get people excited. This would be something you put up there. Higher, getting me excited. Included with all reward tiers. So one card. All right. I'd like to zoom in and see what the actual text is on it. We got another card. If we hit 10,000 more. Another card if we hit 10,000 more. Okay. Artist proofs. Ours will receive 10 proofs for each card that they contributed to. Our artists will receive 10 proofs for each card that they contributed to. Oh, so it's nice for the artist. Okay, so they can showcase their art. That's actually really awesome. See, and this isn't good. Like, show me like a framed picture of a print. Be like, oh, okay, that's what it is. This is a nice one for the artist. I don't have a problem with that. Like, typically, be like, what's? But no, it's like this is helping out the artist. No issues with this at all. Great. Bearish display case. We'll begin R&D with Bearish to create acrylic display cases. Ooh. Once again, like this blends in with the backdrop, and it just needs to be bigger. Like. Issue 1 of the comic book. What? Oh, it's included with all reward tiers. That's awesome. That's cool. We hit that. As a gamer, I don't care as much, but I'd rather have that than like a lot of other stupid stuff we get, like embossed, foiled, like boxes or stuff like that. Card, like, yeah, a lot of stuff. Create a card add-ons. 5 more people will be given the opportunity to design a card set for 2. Oh, yeah, they did talk a little bit about that. Purchasable as an add-on for $500. All right. That's a $50,000 jump, is that 5 people can give you $500 more. Yeah, I don't know, like, I guess if you sold out of those, then people are like, oh, we're super excited. I guess they did. They did sell out of it. Or is this? Yeah. Got the manufacturing. All of our first edition products. And there's the other thing, too. You went out of your way to spotlight TPJS, where you're manufacturing, whatever it was. And then you haven't mentioned it all here as well. I would spotlight that, even if I don't know who TPJS is, that's why you put it in my face and say, oh, they manufacture high quality, blah, blah, blah. Like, we're not getting crap here. Like, that's good. It's good to know. And you mentioned it, but I don't know who that was. Let me know who it was. This means that we'll be able to get your cards to you as soon as the campaign ends. Join the community. Comic book and lore. Comic book. So you can read the comic. Okay. Roadmap for 2025. What do I want? I want shipping. Game creators, okay, social media, got the people, stuff, things. It's fine, just ship me. The art behind the game. Yeah, this is all fine. I'd put the shipping higher. I need the shipping. Everybody needs the shipping. Not everybody needs or wants this. We print with them. Who's them? Well, it's clickable. That's nice. Okay, so they're all about making cards. Okay, cool. They have products that they like. Are there anything impressive? I guess my question. And I'm not trying to say that in any way, shape, or form negative. Just, is there anything that they've made where you'd be like, oh yeah, it's like this had $1 million or something? That's what you spotlight, or something that people would know. Intellectual properties, for instance, like, oh, the makers of these, these like, oh, okay, if intellectual properties trust them to use, to make it, you could showcase that, I think, better. right? Especially, I think that's going to go further with everyone, right? With the gamers, I want to know I'm not buying a crap game quality-wise. And with, someone who's an investor, I want to know that the cards are nice. So we got shipping, different pledge levels, different prices. Okay, can't complain about that. Messages for estimates. These are estimated shipping rates. Got it. Stuff, things. Okay, so what am I missing here? I am missing a gameplay video. I am missing some quotes. Yeah, quotes. Like even like the lowest form of quotes you could get are quotes from just random Joe Schmoes, right? And I know that sounds mean, but it's because you can quite literally easily make them up to make quotes about whatever you say. Like whatever you want to say, you could make them. Whereas if it's like Forrest Power said this, and someone's like, "Oh, Forrest, did you say this game was great?" I'd be like, "No, I didn't say that because I've never played it or whatever." Like, so at least have something. I don't feel like you've spotlighted to me anything unique or different about your game. The first, you had a 108-second video, and it just kind of said, "Hey, you're gonna control one of these characters, and you will put out minions that you'll control," and that's thousands of other games. That's not special. That's not unique or different. I don't know diddly squat about your game, and yes, I can look at a rule booklet, which is great. And yes, there's a how to play video, which is also great. But I feel like that just the initial video and just I shouldn't have to sit through a how to play video to get a feel for your game, I think is the biggest gist here. And instead, it just gets to the shopping, which is fine. I love getting to the shopping early, but it wasn't a fun shopping section either, right? Because here's the bottom line. Most, at least for gamers, like we're done. Like, okay, at this, maybe that. But after this, like, whatever. But even if I was like someone who's like, all right, I'm thinking about dropping $1,000 on this, I want to know how many foils I'm going to get. I want to know this, that, the other thing. And I don't feel like it's spotlighted the way that it should be. Because even when it is listed, it's not large. It doesn't stand out at all. So final grade. Oh yeah, let's check out the FAQ updates, comments, gives one a grade. So 2, 1, 3. All right, that one's probably just going to be whatever. I don't the first one, but I'm more interested in the 2. Big news, bug tamers. We're taking shard bugs on the road across Florida, onboarding 20 local game stores with our first edition product. We're committing to building a strong, long-lasting community, and that starts with getting the game in the hands of players and collectors. These stores will be able to carry shard bugs, bring the game to tables across the state. So here's the thing. That's the one thing that I really feel like was missing here. I feel like you should have showcased this. I go back to that 108 seconds of just a lot of wasted space. Showcasing this being play tested, being at these. Like, once again, this is spectacular. So this is just today. But I would mention this sort of stuff in there. Like, oh, it's already in 20 friendly local game stores in Florida, and people are loving this, like that sort of thing. To take things even further, we're sponsoring the top 10 most active stores with a $1,000 prize support package each. That's real cash prizes for Shardbucks events, whether you're a competitor or collector. That's just the beginning of the exciting journey. Stay tuned for store announcements and event details coming soon. So yeah, that feels like the kind of thing that we would have want to had pre-launch, right? I feel like that's really... And that sucks because there's nothing we can do about that. But this is the kind of thing where it's like, oh yeah, I played it at the front of the local game store. I really liked it. And yeah, we come in and like... This TCG is such a well-made game, and the team is hitting the ground running. Cannot wait for the LGS Tour Shardbucks Tour. This is an awesome idea, though. Like, this is really cool. I love it. I worry about how long the runway is, right? How many days did they go? Did they go more than the typical 30? Oh, it's 10 days to go. Oh my gosh, what? Oh man, you went with a limited 14 days. So that's, and I get it. Well, I think with these TCGs, people will get cold feet. And I've noticed that big chunks will fall off towards the end if things don't go well, specifically with trading card games. I've noticed a lot. And a lot of that, I think, is people, that could be people artificially inflating their numbers and pulling things out of the back end. There's a lot of stuff that could be. But it's just, it happens a lot more with TCGs. So I understand the 14 days, but I feel like shortchanging yourself there, not giving yourself a couple extra weeks. And now, especially with you having this really cool sounding thing where people are hopefully going to play the game and get to see it and want to go back it. And yeah. Good job, team. I hope we can manage to unlock all the stretch goals. Okay. You're not currently following us on social media, so there's not really much here to engage. You got some friends here, but I would ask a question and be like, what do you think we need to get this? Like, just ask, ask. Figure out a question that people can actually answer and you actually want feedback on and ask it, potentially in the main thing. Right? Maybe you ask them about the tournament structures. Like, oh yeah, $1,000 cash prizes. You know, the friendly local game stores are obviously going to have the final say. But how do you feel like the $1,000 prizes? What would be the best way to divvy these up to get the most attention to us or to the brand or to whatever? Like, that's a legitimate question that you could ask, and I bet you there'd be a couple people who might answer. Right? It's an interesting question just to pose out and ask. So I would do that. I would start ending with every question all the time, and maybe lead with the question too. Just get people to get in there, because if your popularity went from 60th, I think, to like 97th, that's a big jump, right? That's a big jump down. That's 96 other projects that are just ahead of you in popularity, which means it's harder to find you. But I love the big swing there. I do love the big swing. Amazing project. It's a great TCG. I can't wait to have the booster box in my hand. Can't wait to see the full set and some gameplay videos. Yep, there it is. That's the big one. That one just feels like such a no-brainer that we have to have. Ideally, a preview too. And they actually reached out to me about potentially doing something too. I don't know if we'll be able to get it done before that, so I assumed there's going to be a longer runway. But a 9-minute how to play video definitely helps. But yeah, a gameplay video is just essential. Always at least one gameplay, at least one preview is what I would recommend. Once you start getting more and more and more previews, I think you get diminishing value, a lot of diminishing value very quickly, unless you're paying for like some big dogs to look at it. But just a straight up gameplay video, it feels essential. Like it's a point grade bump down right there, honestly. No preview, no quotes, no gameplay. I'm just gonna lump in the not fun shopping area, right? Like, it wasn't terrible, but it could have been fleshed out. I feel like it feels like a rough draft, right? And zooming in on a lot of stuff too. Yeah, just from top to bottom. I like how eye-catching the colors are, but then the more I looked at it, the more I felt like things just kind of blended in, which feels counterproductive. A lot of making things larger. Final grade for Shardbugs TCG, the bug ending. I don't think it's a good one. Do I want it? Not really. As a gamer, nothing here convinced me. I have to sit through a 9-minute how to play video. And once again, I say this like this because remember, this is 97th of popularity. There's 96 other games that want my attention too. And maybe they're not all games. Maybe some of them are like print and plays or, PDF files or stuff like that. But there's still 30 to 40 games ahead of this that you're competing with. That's not counting what's behind you, because there's probably another 150 games behind you and what's on GameFound right now. And heck, there's even games on BackerKit. So yeah, I don't feel like, do I want it? I was convinced as a gamer. As someone who wants to invest in it, also no. Like, it's just, if you're going to lean into the art, I think you need to lean into it way harder. Like I don't even know the artist's name, which is fine, but it's just, I don't know. And if you're going to lean into the gameplay, you got to lean into it way deeper than what you did with just surface level information. The how to play video let off is fantastic, and it does a lot of the heavy lifting, but not enough, I think, for most people. So, can you do it? Yeah, it's already done. Like, it's a pre-order. I've seen it. I've seen the shelves that are going to hold it. You're running it like it's a pre-order. There's only 150 of this. That's fine. So can you do it? Yeah, I'm not worried about that. Plus you have $80,000 and you already paid for it to happen. So yes. And then how much is it? So I don't know. It's $45, which I think will let me play 4 players. I think, but there's 3 pre-constructed decks and then the booster packs, which I assume there's enough booster packs that I could play a deck, but I don't know. Is this 2 to 3 players or is it 2 to 4 players? It's not even told to me there. I don't feel like I have a really great grasp of the mechanisms of what makes this different from any other trading card games. You said you've been playing for 25 years, but I don't feel like you spotlighted to me because that's a lot of times what trading card games will do in these. They will try and spotlight what is different about my TCG from all these other TCGs, and this one I don't feel like tried to, aside from bugs and art style, and I don't think that's going to do you enough. I feel like maybe 5 to 10 years ago. But now, like, there's been such a big rush on TCGs. Like, if you go down to the bottom of this, there's like TCG, Like there's other, like that's 3 TCGs, and that one's listed here. 3 TCGs that are running right this very moment, right? So I feel like you just got to bring it more. And like this is one of those ones where like the best piece of advice, like if you were failing, would be like, oh yeah, just relaunch, you know, like potentially even not that far away. Be like, all right, we're just gonna wait for these seeds to grow with this big event that we're doing throughout Florida and stuff like that. But you don't want to do that because you got 80 grand. So I get that. But midstream, all right, final grade. Final grade. I'm looking at this so much because it's a Fiverr order and I'm like trying to help. But like, all right, final grade. Do I want it? Not really. Can you do it? Yeah, not worried about that at all. How much is it? Feels. Doesn't feel good because I don't know if I'm getting everything I want, and it's $57.50 for uncertainty, and that's terrible, right? So yeah, do I want it? No. And then how much is it? I don't know. You didn't spotlight your product well enough. Like the fact that I have to look probably in the rule booklet to see how many cards I get, like even component 60 cards. So that's 60, 120, 180. So there's 180 cards in the pre-constructed deck. And then I'm going to guess, yeah, like this is the kind of information that I need to know. Like I got to know this sort of stuff. Don't make me go look for it. Yeah, final grade is not good. I think it is a D. I got a D+. I think a D+. Leading with the how to play video is great. That does a lot. Leading with the rule booklet, great. But just at the end of the day, you got to have the gameplay. At a bare minimum, even if it's just you set up in front of a camera, like some shots of this being play tested would be great too. Like it's just, I think a D+. Let me know in the comments below. What's your final grade for Shardbucks TCG The Beginning? And as always, if you enjoy the content, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below. Quick shout out: there will not be a show on Friday for sure. Might not be a show tomorrow. It depends on the weather. Sorry, kids are home for spring break. Have a good one though. Bye bye.